Welcome back to Spirit Legion, and today we're doing a stair play. Now, I know what Dragon Age is. Okay, I played the first game before, and I was like, it's not my it's not my cup of tea. And that was when I first got introduced to console gaming and all that. So I wasn't a big fan of every type of game. This is a whole new take on the game. Okay, kind of. It's still the same story apparently, and the same type of game, just the gameplay is different, and that's what I'm here for. So I seen the original trailer. I didn't know what I was looking at. I just seen it. So I'm not gonna fake react to nothing. Okay, so now I'm gonna react to this 10 minutes of class gameplay and breakdown, whatever. Rogue, Mage, and all that. And again, this is just a stair play. So if I like what I'm seeing, it's gonna be either be or stay. If I don't like what I'm seeing, it's a stay. And if I like what I'm seeing, it's a play. You feel me? Let's get into it.
Gameplay of each of the three classes, the Rogue, Mage, and Warrior in the new Dragon Age the Veilguard, as we did get to play over at the EA headquarters, thanks for sending us there, and I did actually get to try each of these classes out, and they all have a distinct playstyle.
Okay.
So to begin with, here we have the Rogue, which really does play kind of roguey. It's a big focus on parrying, dodging. You have a sword and dagger that kind of acts like dual blades, and a bow and arrow. The interesting thing is the bow and arrow kind of has infinite recharging ammo, and so long as you actually charge the shot.
That's what I like to hear. I hate when I'm using a bow and arrow and I run out of arrows. Come on, bro. I'm not sitting here trying to craft more arrows. I get it. I'm playing a game. I need a resource capture. I need to go do resource grinds. But listen. I'm just trying to shoot bow and arrows, bro. I'm just trying to shoot my enemy from a distance, bro. I'm not here for all that. I'm not here for all that, bro. Pretty sure you could run out of arrows and Monster Hunter World. That's where that shit piss me off at.
You're very rarely going to run out, and they don't do a lot of damage unless you charge them, so you don't really have a lot of reason to just spam shoot the arrows because they just do so little damage unless charged. But you can see here it is going to be a heavy focus on dodging and parrying. The abilities are also very strong, and we will get to some higher level gameplay with the other classes as we go through. For example, with the
I like the archer looking class
with the warrior
and the rogue class.
Reaper gameplay, which is at a much higher level, whereas this here is a much lower level, but you can still see the fundamental core way that the sort of class plays even at a low level, and if it's going to be for you or not. The way that the combat generally works is you have this sort of spidey sense above your head, and as soon as it goes from white to yellow, that means you want to dodge or parry. If it is red, that means you need to dodge. You cannot parry it.
Okay.
Outside of this, you also have things like jump attacks, of course, the combos that you're doing, and later on you have an ultimate skill that you unlock, which we will show for each of the classes here as well. To be honest, out of the three classes, I was very impressed with the Rogue, and it was basically one of the top picks, in my opinion, for how fun it actually was. And if you've checked out our skill tree video with all of the abilities for every class specialization already on the channel,
that bow and arrow looks really good, bro. I just won't lie. Like, it looks more appealing. I seen a little bit of I think a warrior gameplay or something. It was all right, but the archer class just really looks appealing. Or the rogue, whatever. I guess rogues have bow and arrows and daggers and shit in this game. I mean, I guess they did in Diablo as well.
And the Rogue does have some very strong and spicy looking abilities. You can literally see in this gameplay here, when I do use an ability, it pretty much destroys whatever is hit as long as it lands or they are close to it. And then we have my Mage gameplay, and I have to say the Mage was the most surprising one to me for how different it felt, particularly in comparison to...
This is like a combat Mage. Oh, that's kind of...
I just love this ultimate.
That's hard, I'm not gonna lie. So this is more of a combat mage. There's a lot of mage classes where you're just in the back like... I hate those. I hate mage classes like that, bro. And that's 80% of them. That's like, honestly, that's probably like 90% of them. I like the combat mage where I can get into action and sling spells while also fighting. It's it's peak magic user, bro. Look at that, bro.
Laser beam there.
I would have called that more that's more Emperor's Death Beam, but go ahead.
Access to an orb and dagger, which gives you a sort of close range option where you can do a slight ranged attack or these slashing elemental attacks with it. And the way that this works is you build up stacks by doing these slightly more ranged attacks, and then you detonate them with the dagger when you do a hit or a charged hit for some big damage. but you do also have access to a staff that allows you to do further ranged attacks, and the interesting difference between the two is that the dagger and orb can parry, while the staff can sort of guard with a mana shield, which doesn't allow you to perfect guard. It will simply just block the incoming damage so long as you have mana for it. I did find myself leaning towards the dagger and orb and playing that a lot more. I felt like it was a bit more aggressive and tactile, and I liked the option being able to parry when you have that yellow glow above your head.
I like the dodge they have for it. It reminds me of if you've ever played the wizard on Neverwinter. I think it's called a control wizard. My bad, I'm trying to lift my chair up. The control wizard, that help was fire, bro. And the dodge is you teleport out the way. You just teleport a lot. And I love that. A lot of classes don't have that. A lot of mage classes don't let you do that.
But here you can see against this sort of ogre boss, you do have to play in a very interesting way as a mage in this game. Obviously, you can play more close range with the dagger and orb weapon, and later on there are specializations like the Spellblade that lean more into a sort of melee build. But the other mage builds do play more so into that control and ranged playstyle. Again, it felt very different to the previous mages in the Dragon Age series, and I did find myself leaning more so towards the warrior and rogue when it came to just the pure enjoyment of the combat, because it was a bit more visceral with them and they were able to be a bit more aggressive. But of course, we'll have to wait and see in the full game when you have a full proper build with all of your gear and skill points and all of that stuff lining up. I think what it is it's a more involved playstyle as a mage this time, where you need to be doing combos, juggling your mana and all that kind of stuff, rather than sitting back and dropping heavy cooldowns and raining death. But here you can...
I still do really hope that they have like really good attacks. Like if I play mage, I want to be a lightning caster. I love like lightning. So if I can't sling lightning, I'm not even gonna touch mage. Maybe some fire, which is I think he's about to show us right now, but if it ain't lightning or just fire majority lightning, I'm not touching mage, I'm not gonna lie.
You can see some Evoker mage gameplay. And this is one of the most like spectacular of the specializations for the mage when it comes to the animations of some of your moves. You do focus more on cold damage, and the ultimate does a sort of black hole, and there's some other really cool like galaxy kind of
some void magic
spells that you can do with this specialization. So if you want to play more of a sort of control mage or an ice mage, the Evoker is definitely a really cool one. And you can see
interesting choice.
How knocks this dark spawn off the edge, which I just love. But here is a good example of the ultimate, which is basically a black hole. You can see it sucks in all the nearby enemies and does continuous damage to them. A great controlling move. And then when you dump your other spells, once they've all grouped up, it's just damage numbers all over the screen. So the mage is definitely going to be very potent and deadly at higher levels, especially.
That was it was cool, but I think that should be, I think that's pause. I think that suck should be faster. Pause. I'm just saying. Cause it was mad slow. That was mad slow. Like they was just like I'm not gonna lie, I think it should be a little faster and they increase the draw speed on that. Or maybe I'm judging too quickly, and that there might be a upgrade specialization or like a path where it says speed, like you could speed it up. Maybe I might be, there might be
spells with the primers and detonators and grouping everything up, and the other specializations also look really cool. But here's another example of the sort of group aspect of the Evoker. When there's a choke point, a death corridor, you can just go ham with some of these big spells, and of course you can drop the ultimate, group them back up, and you can see everything just dies super quick. So the Evoker is a very cool playstyle if you were to lean into it.
It looks cool as hell though.
But then we have the Warrior, and this is where I spec'd into the Reaper specialization, which was the one that intrigued me most, at least sort of by looking through the skill tree. And it's all about siphoning health, applying some debuffs, and detonating with your shield throw, which you'll see soon. When you do these really cool looking scythe moves, you sort of impale an enemy with a green spike, and then you throw your shield, and you see the massive damage numbers. It detonates them, bounces around with all the enemies. So the actual Reaper build is kind of all about priming and detonating with the shield throw, which wasn't fully what I was expecting. I thought I would be doing more melee with the big scythe that you can see when you do those abilities. That being said, the actual priming and detonating, as I played it more and more, did become more and more fun, and I'm not even fully specced out with gear pieces that lean into the stats that sort of favor this kind of build. So this is not an optimal build for this type of playstyle.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. that should be accurate, but some people might be dick riders. This reminds me of Baldur's Gate 3, but in the better camera angle. I'm personally not a fan of top-down games, but I played Baldur's Gate 3 all the way through, and after I finished playing that game, I knew it was getting Game of the Year. I knew for a fact. My friend said, no, it's gonna be Spider-Man. I said, no, bro, it's Baldur's Gate 3. That game was absolutely fantastic and amazing. That was a great game. And they said they're not gonna make Baldur's Gate 4. I'm like, ah, shit, that sucks. But I was always hoping that I would get this camera angle for a Baldur's Gate type game, and we got it. This game is, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's no need for me to keep watching the video. It's already a play right now. It's already a play. Simple, it's already a play. But we're gonna keep watching anyway.
But you can see the detonations are still dealing some good damage. You can see on this guy here, I'll do a full shield throw without the ability. So he didn't pop the detonation, but the actual explosive throw still does a big chunk of damage and bleeds them. So the Reaper is this really interesting playstyle, and I was preferring the two-handed, but I did play a good chunk with Sword and Shield here, as you can see as well. The Sword and Shield simply wasn't dealing as much damage, but of course was a more defensive option because you could just properly block. You could parry with both of them still.
Motherfucker just launched somebody off the map, bro. Yo, why did he hit them?
Dealing as much damage, but of course was a more defensive option because you could just properly block.
Who was that?
Both of them still. But I have to say, the more I played Sword and Shield, the more I did vibe with it. But I think the other specializations are better to lean into if you do want to purely stick with the Sword and Shield. You can see here you've got some abilities like putting down this shield around you that will sort of auto parry and damage nearby enemies. So it gives you like 3 hits. You can just keep going ham while that's up. And you can also see I'm trying heavily to go for parries here. I'm trying to prime them with my ability and then detonate them with a shield throw. Boom, like there. You know, each shield throw is doing like 1,000 damage, which on these high level guys isn't tons, but as we saw before, it can just scale up and up from there. And you'll see on this big group here, when they're all together, multiple of them have been primed, and I get this throw. It's going to just devastate all of them. Like, the damage is just crazy, as you can see, with this build. And they did actually say in their preview as well that the shield throw builds were some of the most powerful in their testing, and they actually had to nerf it. So this is even after it's been nerfed. I can see it definitely being very strong. This is the actual ultimate that comes with the Reaper. You do this big tornado that pulls enemies in, constantly damages them, and siphons their health to you. So it's a very cool visual specialization for the warrior, and I did really enjoy just how, I don't know, the warrior just felt tactile in its combat. You really did feel like you were doing big meaty hits. The parries felt good. The bouncing shield felt good. So as someone that traditionally plays the mage and likes to do all those flashy moves, with the new action combat, I was kind of vibing with the warrior and the rogue. This is another example of priming these two enemies and then doing a full...
I like it. I personally am still leaning more toward the rogue. The shield throw is not enough to sell me. I'm not gonna lie. I like being able to move around. Now, if you was gonna tell me there's a paladin specialization somewhere I can hit motherfuckers with holy light like I did with Baldur's Gate, oh yeah, I'll probably go warrior and then spec into like a paladin type build for sure. Cause bro, y'all don't understand. I was a archer in my first playthrough for Baldur's Gate, right? I'm getting dogged on. I'm like, oh, this is not working. I go paladin, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I was smacking through the game easily. I was going crazy. Sometimes I would one hit enemies, and I'm like, oh my god, who put this class in the game? This is OP. If they add some type of paladin class, I'm in there, bro. Simple.
Explosive shield throw, look, almost 3,000 damage from that. It is a pretty wacky build. And with this actual specialization, it turns that shield throw into the explosive shield throw if you want to with the button prompt that you would have seen on the screen. So there's a lot that you can do with this sort of weird ranged warrior playstyle on the Reaper. And here we're going to have another example in just a second of the ultimate and how strong it is as this sort of necrosis tornado ultimate. It's just very cool to pull off, especially when there's a big group of enemies or a particularly strong enemy like this guy is here with that yellow armor bar. Which
I'm not gonna lie, also, I mean, I'm pausing you because I'm doing an actual reaction. I'm not trying to steal this motherfucker's content. I'm just here watching and getting information. This is the first time I've ever seen a warrior class with like this Reaper like ability. Like they have lifesteal abilities, but it's never like this. That's why I'm looking at this strangely, because I'm like, I feel like this could have been a whole different class. I'm not a fan of this specialization personally. This could have been a part of the rogue class. Rogues are more life steals, or even if they made like a necromancer type class. You know what I mean? Am I bugging? I don't think I'm bugging. I think like this could have fit a different play style, different class. Like this is some necromancer / rogue maybe type loadout. I've never seen a warrior use this shit personally. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's kind of weird. Like the shield throw is normal, but this life steal shit is you know, it's not for me.
Just like on top of the health bar. So
at least not for a warrior.
I would say each class feels very different. They each have their own playstyle that they lean into, and they each sort of favor a different person in how you want to play. Do you want to be more control based and sort of mid-range to long range? The mage might be for you. Do you want to be focusing on rapid hits, super parry and dodge focus than the rogue, or do you want to just get in things faces and do big charged meaty slams with the two-handed weapon, or be like your front line of your team, the bulwark of your team? Then the warrior might be the one for you. You can see the two-handed weapon on the warrior does some real meaty damage, especially when it's charged. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this impressions and gameplay of each of the...
I want to thank you for making this video. Leave a like. I don't know how to say that damn name, but if y'all fuck with that video, y'all go ahead fuck with him. You know what I mean? There's one more thing I need to react to, and it's the customization, the character customization.
Or
here we go.
I could skip straight to the character creator and start with, there's so much hair.
Yes.
Look,
oh my god, bro.
But fans have long acknowledged the limitations of its character creator.
Back then, come on now, that's back then.
Blew me away in that regard. After the lackluster options of the last entry, it's wild to see what we've got to look forward to. 30 hair options for Qunari and 80...
I'm not gonna lie, if you go this big forehead nigga, I'm on your ass, bro. If I catch one of y'all in my comment section and this what your character looks like,
hair options.
I'm on your... Bro. You thought this was fire, bro? If I catch a single one of y'all niggas in my comment section and you're rocking this character class, bro, or this race, I'm not gonna lie, I'm on you. I already know what to say about you. Your forehead's humongous, bro. What's pissing me off is this hairstyle, too. What is that? Just put everything behind the horns, bro. Put it all behind the horn. Don't try to cover up the forehead with the S curl. Flip it back. Your shit's receded. Your shit's receded. At least on WoW, the niggas with horns, the Drain or whatever, this shit's behind. Don't ever try to, don't cover up that big forehead with that one piece of damn hair.
For Qunari and 88 for non-Qunari, complete with gorgeous
88
physics as Rook scurries around Northern Thedas. So many different hair textures are represented.
Yo!
Whether you'd like curly straight hair, 2B waves, or 4C curls.
I should know what 4C is.
I was drawn immediately to a long braid that whipped around as quickly as I did.
And you know what's crazy? That's what I'm going for too. The whole reason I'm growing my hair out is I'm gonna braid my shit back. It's gonna be a long braid back this way. So I'm going for that hairstyle. Every time I see it, I'm clicking it. Every time.
Qunari horns also see a massive improvement. With 49 unique styles, options range from large and imposing
the cut is crazy,
decorative or even asymmetrical. That said, yes, their foreheads can look pretty jarring. I played as a Qunari mage during most of my preview, and will say I got used to the look pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm not getting used to that.
Veilguard
oh my god! Am I being racist to Qunari? Is this racism? Is this fantastical? Is this like fantasy racism? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't think they're bad people. I just think that forehead is humongously disgusting. I'm sorry. Keep it pushing.
It's the second game of the series where you can play as a Qunari. So the odd imbalance of forehead versus face feels like stylistic growing pains. I remain curious about whether more time with the character creator might help. The air shock of Dragon Age 2 is...
If that's what... Oh, hell nah. That's hard. That's hard. I probably would have played something like that. I'm not playing.
In my opinion, such a beautifully crafted model. And I would love to be able to create a Kunari Rook that feels as memorable. Customization certainly doesn't stop at hair, or horns, of course. Every aspect of your Rook is editable, even allowing for facial asymmetry if you choose. Sliders allow you to change everything from head shape to the melanin in your skin.
Yo, this is vitiligo, my bad.
Vitiligo. Perhaps my favorite addition, however, is the introduction of body diversity. Cyberpunk 2077 and Baldur's Gate 3 had whiffs of this, but nowhere near what you're capable of in the Veilguard.
What you mean?
Which is much more similar to,
you know, in Baldur's Gate you could literally choose the way your meat looks. Just like, if you're telling me that. Oh, and I think in this too. You're telling me there's more? What more? What more body like sliders can you use? The second I played Cyberpunk, and I was streaming and I saw the meat, I was like, oh! I thought I was gonna get banned. I'm not gonna lie, it was crazy.
The breadth of the character creator in Dragon's Dogma 2. For each of the 4 races, there are plenty of presets to choose from, all with varying heights and muscle or fat distribution. Once you've chosen your preset, however, you can build further upon those elements as much as you'd like. First is a triangulation of coordinates, allowing for many unique combinations of body types that are thinner, larger, or more muscular.
I like this.
Height sliders are fun, especially when it means watching my particularly short elf ruin years of Solas's ritual planning by pushing over a statue.
Crazy work.
The options feel almost endless. There's even a glute slider. And yes, I gave my Rook one hell of an ass.
No, you didn't.
All of this is...
No, you didn't. Bro, I got more glutes than that, bro. I got more glutes than that, brother. Y'all ready? I got more glutes than that, bro. Actually, no, I don't. Stop playing, bro. I'm not taking my clothes off for a video, bro. My cheeks are immaculate, I promise.
Only scratching the surface. I haven't even gotten into facial hair, makeup, scars, or tattoos.
I can't wait.
My Rook sported some Vaseline, but there are so many different designs for both the face and the body to experiment with. While I didn't spend very much time exploring customization for the Inquisitor, I just know we'll all get the chance to make them in the way we've always imagined.
It's good to see you again.
Also, it may be a relief to some of you to know that Veilguard abandons the awful green lighting of Inquisition's character creator and instead allows you to cycle through several lighting options in service of creating Rooks that look just as
matter of fact, I want to see y'all's characters when this game comes out. I don't know how I'm gonna see them. I don't know where I want y'all to put them at. I just want to see them. I want to see them. And I'm gonna do a video of me reacting to your characters, bro. Either if y'all want me to do a video of me reacting to your characters when this game comes out, let me know. I'll drop my PSN and y'all gonna add me and just start sending me screenshots when the game drops of your character, bro. And then I'll do an entire video just going through them. Cause this is ridiculous. The nigga's nose is broke. He got the crimson chin jawline. The forehead is matte. I'm done. Keep it pushing.
As good in gameplay as they do when you create them.
Okay, that's a good place to end it. I already seen the fight multiple times. I'm excited. Stay or play, it's a play. It's for sure a play. In fact, I'm more excited about this game than there's another game coming out right before it. I'm more excited about this game than I am for COD. Oh, actually, I'm lying. No, I'm more excited for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and then this. So it's Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and then this. Okay, and we're gonna be getting lit on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Don't worry about it. I got homies that we finna be, oh my god, we finna be boxing. Put your goddamn dukes up, my nigga. Put your dukes up, brother. We finna be boxing. Put your dukes up, brother. And yes, I'm gonna main hit. I'm going to main hit. Everybody else, y'all can keep your Gokus, your Goku Blacks, your Jirens, your Vegetas, your Majin Boos, your Cells, your Piccolos, your Trunks, your Gohans. I'm going straight for a hit, bro. And I'm finna hit y'all from behind. Pause. Or am I pausing? Hold on, relax, bro. But it's a play, for sure. It's a play. We're playing the game. It's gonna be an hour in character customization because I'm gonna try to make it look just like me, beautiful and all. You feel? You feel me? And with that being said, y'all, this is the end of the video. Hope you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, share with your friends. And if you didn't, I didn't ask. Peace.
Yo, show me love from the front to the back seat. She was tryna hop on my